Okay, so this is the solution to day three's homework. The assignment was to take this diagram and to build it in C# code. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is create a new project called Global Spy. Let's see, Global Spy Analysis Application. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is start adding some files, one for the spy class and one for the agency class. And I'm going to add one for the agency class. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to click this button instead of right-clicking the Solution Explorer and select Add Class. Two ways to get at the same thing. Alright, and we need to create agency class. Great. Alright, so let's take a look at the agency class first here. We just need an agency name, a country, and an organization size. Alright, so that seems easy enough. So I'm going to go ahead and use that little prop full, and we're going to go string agency name. Okay. And actually, let's go. There we go. I feel better about that. All right, and we'll do the same here. This will be a string called country. And then I believe organization size was the last one. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, just to keep everything kind of clean, I keep all of these together. All of the private fields, and I try to keep them in the correct order as well. Okay, and then we had to define what a single get agency info for that returns a string. So here we go, public get public string get agency info, and then to do implement this, and we'll come back to it for the bonus points in just a minute. Alright, so what I might want to do though, so I don't get the error message here, is I'll just string message and then that will make the squiggly line go away, because it's just worried that, you know, we never used a return of a string to satisfy the return value. Okay, great. So for the most part, our agency.cs is taken care of. Now let's take a look at, we need code name, date last seen, and notes. Let's do those first. All right, code name, I believe, was the first one. Date, time. Whoops, why am I doing all that typing? All right. The name of it, date last seen, yep, and then we need notes as well. So okay, and then we have, I skipped over the agency one, so spy agency of type agency. So whoops, it's not the right one. sure that's right. Oh, I'm just supposed to store it in agency, but it's called spy agency. Okay, so let's change this here. Just go that, and we'll change this to agency. Okay, so now I'm gonna move all these just like I did last time. Let's see. DLSC. See. Yeah, actually this goes. Alright, I'm being a little persnickety now. But in the interest of being obvious, we're going to do that. Okay, so far so good. And then we got one method we need to implement: display spy info. Okay, so here we go. Void display spy info, and then we'll go to do implement this. Alright, now let me just take a look. Display spy info, got that, got that, got that. Should have a reference to that. Okay, so I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I think this is at least all that we needed for the first part. Now, for the bonus points, let's go ahead and implement the agency. So we can do something. I didn't really give you any specific designs on how I wanted this done, but we can do something as easy as agency, whoops, let's go agency name, right? Because we said we wanted to do that. And surround it with parentheses, just for formatting's sake. And then size, we'll do something like this, plus organization size. Alright. We'll test that in a minute. Let's go over to spy and get rid of the implement this part. And here we're just going to do a console.write line. Whoops, line. And there's probably a couple different ways I could go about this. Let's start with code name plus, and we'll use agency, spy agency dot alright, well, maybe we'll just do this instead. Get agency, yeah, I can do that. There we go, sorry. So look, I'm just calling it right in line here. Since I know it returns a string, it should work, right? And let's say, let's not worry about displaying date last seen. Let's go ahead and do it. That's fine. Date last seen dot to string, and then we'll also add any notes. Now, let's add a little formatting in here and stuff in some brackets. Not that we have to. Alright. In fact, let's go ahead and put some square brackets around this part. Okay. Alright, so we got kind of a weird example here, but this should suffice. Now let's go to our program.cs class. And you can do anything you want with the formatting, I don't care. It was just a way to exercise creating some methods that did something meaningful. In this case, just display information. Okay. Alright, so let's go agency, new CIA dot agency name equals CIA. CIA dot country equals USA. CIA dot organization size equals, I'm not really sure what size it is. Let's say it's 10,000 people. Okay, and then we're going to create a new SPY. Code name equals Charles Carmichael. Oh, I don't know how to spell Carmichael. All right, and then new SPY dot date last seen equals date time dot now, and then new SPY dot nodes equals the intersect, and new SPY dot SPY agency equals CIA. Okay, and now let's call our new SPY dot display SPY info, and then we're going to do a console dot read line. All right. So if I did this correctly, it should work. Whoops, I didn't do something correctly here. What did I miss? Okay, I missed the enclosing parenthesis on console.WriteLine. Not a problem. We'll run it again. Uh-oh. Stack Overflow exception. What do we do wrong here? Okay, so after a moment or two, I figured out what the problem was. Basically, in my spy.cs file, I had capital D here and a capital D here, and that was causing a stack overflow. So it's a little tricky, and I guess what was happening was it just kept trying to reference it until it ran out of memory. Whatever. But at any rate, so after having fixed that problem, I'm going to go ahead and run that same code again. And so now we get the correct what we would anticipate. Okay, so that is the solution both to the exercise and the bonus points. You can spend those anywhere. And I guess that's it for today. So we'll see you again tomorrow. You're doing great. Hang in there. Honestly, I think the hardest part's behind you. Now it's just layering on additional information on top of what you've already learned. You're doing great. We'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye now.